Hey guys, Sean here. Today, Luke and I will be talking about ban list predictions. So, most likely there will be a ban list coming up in September, and we're going to talk about what we think is going to get hit. So let's get right into it.
Let's start off strong with Kashtira hits. What do you think exactly?
Me and my homies hate Kashtira. Ban a Rise Heart. Ban a Rise Heart or like put Fenrir to 1.
I don't think they'll ban a Rise Heart, mostly just because they limited the last list. I mean, strange things have happened. Yeah, it could be banned. However, I think the most likely hit would be either they'll semi-Fenrir along with Unicorn, or they will just straight up limit it. Or I feel like the main problem right now is definitely, like, it's all fingers point to Fenrir. So something's going to happen with him. You know, the deck is still strong with a Rise Heart, but if you out it once, like, you're pretty much good. So I feel like Fenrir, just the fact that it's an annoying starter, a powerful starter, could be limited or banned. So that's my prediction.
They might do the tier treatment where they like ban a bunch of things. So like, you know, they could ban a Rise Heart, but they could also put like Fenrir to 1, Kashtira to 1, Rise Heart to 1. They could just hit it like tier, which would be fucking hilarious. Because, you know, if they don't ban a Rise Heart, the deck is still playable. The deck dies if a Rise Heart's banned. So, you know, they could kill the deck outright, or they can make it playable, but like really crippled. So, who knows, but you know, we need this deck hit somehow.
Yeah, I feel like another reason that's making me think that Fenrir won't be banned is most just because of the tins coming out. It's pretty obvious that Fenrir is going to get a reprint, so I don't think that they'll outright like absolutely ban him. They still want to sell the product, so I say Fenrir going to 1 is very likely, but definitely not until like after the tins, which I think will probably be most likely the case scenario.
The thing about that is, do you remember Hulk? They reprinted Hulk and then they banned it like right after. Good times. Next up, let's talk about Labrynth. So Labrynth's very strong deck, mainly because of their very powerful traps. So, namely Eradicator Epidemic Virus. That's a card that has caused a lot of controversy in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene because Yu-Gi-Oh loves some drama. A lot of like the live YCSs have been determined by this card, which is very funny to see. You know, the finals match of a tournament being like, you know, decided by Epidemic Virus. Just hilarious to see. But yeah, it's not a fun card. Right now it's a 3, so you can trap trick it, which is like really annoying. But yeah, you don't even need to trap trick it. You can just use your Lady Labrynth to set the trap and then, you know, tribute the Lady Labrynth, and then you just win. So yeah, they need to ban this card or bring back Red Reboot. Let's go.
Yeah, honestly, a likely scenario would be Red Reboot coming back to at least 1, but if anything, I definitely see Eradicator Epidemic Virus being completely banned. I mean, it is crazy that this card has defined so many games. And as a Sky Striker player, I hate it so much. I was screwed over by it so many times. I think it's definitely time to go.
Right, next up, Dragon Link. So here's the thing. Dragon Link's very strong, right? We know it won Worlds, like that's, you know, insane. But, you know, it was up against Sword Soul, so that's not saying much. But still, Dragon Link is a top tier deck, but I don't think it should be hit. Genuinely, I don't think it's like unfair in any way. I just think it's a very strong deck. Now, if it is going to get hit, we're either getting rid of the Link 1 Striker Dragon, or the Bestials are taking a hit. Most likely I'm seeing Lubellion get hit, and maybe like a hit to, maybe like a Master Duel hit, where they get Magnum up to 1 and Druid Swarm to 1. I could see something like that. But I feel like if they ban Striker Dragon, the deck's done. Dragon Link's never coming back. So, you know, fingers crossed it doesn't happen, because Dragon Link's cool. Dragon Link's one of those decks that's like, it's always been around. Dragons are so iconic to Yu-Gi-Oh as a whole, like, you know, as a franchise. So it's always great to see a like Dragon deck being top of the meta. Even if it's not Blue Eyes, you know, it's still Dragons. So I don't want to see it hit, but if it is hit, hopefully it's not too bad.
I feel like it will be Lubellion, mostly just because, again, it'll be reprinted, so it won't be a desirable card that they're going to like really hit. It's going to be reprinted, a lot of people will have it, and a lot of people will play it, and then it will get hit. I don't see it being banned. I definitely see it going to 1, probably. That's the only way I see them like hitting Dragon Link. Most just because Lubellion isn't really an exclusive Dragon Link card, like people play it in Branded as well. So I think the only hit like Dragon Link will get will be an indirect one, and it will definitely be Lubellion.
Yeah, the thing about that is like most Branded builds play 1 anyway. Pretty much any deck that uses Lubellion uses it at 1 except for Dragon Link. So, you know, fingers crossed doesn't get hit too bad. Next up, Sprights. We all love Sprights. We all love this level 2 spam deck. It's so fun. Yeah, it could definitely lose some cards. So I hate to compare this to Master Duel because, you know, it's not like a direct comparison. Master Duel put Jet to 1 and Spright starters at 2. It's at 2 in the TCG as well. But, you know, I feel like they could be hit. The big thing we're all thinking of is Ibly, because, you know, Ibly locks are not fun. But I don't even think it's too big of a deal, like Ibly. So, you know, it could be blue getting hit, could be gigantic getting hit. But I feel like, you know, again, like Dragon Link, it's not that bad.
Honestly, when it comes to Spright, this may seem weird, but I think Sprite's gonna survive.
Oh no!
Mostly just because I feel like Konami really wants this deck to work. I know they semi-limited Spright starter, but like Spright was released along with Tyr, and Tyr was just so obviously the far superior deck in a lot of ways, but Spright kept going and it kept being strong throughout all of that. And then when we hit Kashtira format, Spright wasn't really hit. The only time Spright was kind of like nipped a bit was when Kashtira was nipped too. I don't really see Spright getting too much of a hit. I think Konami really wants this deck to work and really wants this deck to be like played and really good because it's a cool concept. I feel that they really want it to be pure Spright because a lot of people are seeing, oh, if you bring Ronin Tone into it, you can make a frog sort of thing. But they really want this to be a Spright deck. I think that Spright won't really get hit. Not now. I mean, there's like big things about blue that'll be reprinted, and I'll keep saying that the reprinted cards are probably going to be hit. But still, I don't see Spright getting as big of a comeuppance as they probably deserve.
Okay, another meta deck, Purrely. They already hit it before it even like had a chance, pretty much. They hit the Sleepy Memories. It got new support in Dune, so, you know, here's the thing. Super Heavy Samurai got new support, and then they immediately hit it before you could even play it. I'm almost scared it's going to do it to Purrely, because, you know, they basically already did it. But, you know, new Purrely support, I don't know. I hope the deck can keep going, not because I like the deck, but, you know, I want to give it a chance. I feel like every deck deserves a chance, even though it's broken deck in the game, deserves like a format or two. Next up, we'll quickly talk about branding, mainly the gimmick puppet lock. So, you know, they tried to remove this by banning branded expulsion, but then they printed the new fusion guy who can do the same thing. Now it's, you know, a little bit harder to do, but it still gets the same result, and you can use it multiple times. So yeah, ban gimmick puppet. Like, that's the only way we can do this. No one plays gimmick puppets anyway. Just ban the fucking thing. Also, you know, if you're a Master Duel player, you notice that they banned, or they put, you know, branded fusion to 1. And, you know, they did that in the OCG as well. If they do that in TCG, I'm gonna cry. Because branded is not a good deck. It does not need to be hit. You know, besides the gimmick puppet lock, but that's just not fair. But, you know, branded fusion does not need to be hit at all. If it's hit, that's gonna be so dumb, and I will cry forever because my branded Buster Blader deck will die. So please, Konami, don't hit branded fusion. Speaking of things that make me want to cry, everyone wants Rikka's banned. Don't ban Rikka Sunavalon. It's not a good deck. It dies to 1 disruption. People are talking about, like, you know, hitting Jasmine, which is a big one, because it does enable you to get 2 searches, which is pretty crazy, but still, don't ban it. They also want Dryas to be banned, because, you know, it's a very strong Link 1. But, you know, here's my take. Don't ban anything. You know, let the deck prosper as being the best deck in the game. But it's not the best deck in the game. It's not a problem, so don't ban it, please.
I do think if there's anything that they'll hit, it won't be a Rikka sort of engine to it. It will definitely be the Sunavalon engine. I don't know, they might limit Dryas, which of course would like completely knock down like your full like combo thing that you used to showcase a lot. But I will agree, Jasmine is just insane. No. Jasmine is crazy. No. How? Jasmine is insane.
But it's a Link 2. You can't ban a Link 2.
Oh, that's never happened before. Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, actually, you know, now that you mentioned it, I can't think of a single Link 2 that was ever banned. I think you're right there.
Not a plat one either, you know?
Oh, no, definitely not. But yeah, oh, come on. Jasmine is insane. If they don't hit it, they're crazy. If they go after the Sunavalon stuff before they go after Jasmine, I'd be very, very surprised.
Finally, before we get into the stuff that we want, like unlimited or, you know, like see off the list, let's talk about King Calamity. So, we know the new structure deck for Red Dragon Archfiend is coming out soon. Crimson Dragon just came out, which means that almost any deck can get out the King Calamity lock. It's really bad. It's like, holy shit, why did they make this card? I know they didn't, you know, expect this to happen. But yeah, King Calamity is one of the cards that I think will be banned no matter what. If all these like predictions are wrong, King Calamity is getting banned on the next list. There is no way.
Yeah, I even threw it into Virtual World because I like making Sean's life a living hell.
I know.
So yeah, just seeing it in Virtual World and seeing how easy I can bring it out, there's a lot more decks that can do it way quicker than Virtual World. So I definitely don't see King Calamity surviving another 2 ban lists. I think that's something that will go.
Okay, let's talk about stuff we want off the list. First things first, Meow Meow Meow.
For the love of God, what has Prank Kids done? They are so innocent. They did not deserve to be done so dirty. I feel like, honestly, you can probably unlimit Meow and Mew. It does not matter. Here's the thing. I feel like Prank Kids are kind of at the stage now where it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a complicated deck to learn. It's definitely easier than most of the like combo heavy decks. But with Prank Kids, it's just a link climbing deck. It's like, it's nowhere near as like crazy as I would say Tri Brigade is, or anything like that. I just think Prank Kids didn't deserve to be hit that bad. I feel like if Meow and Mew was like still limited since like when it first got hit, Prank Kids would never have really been that big of a problem. So bring back Meow and Mew. We don't have to worry about like Block Dragon crap in the TCG just because like Block Dragon's already banned. Like Meow and Mew, come back at least to 1, 2 would be great. Ideally go to 3. Free up my boy, he did nothing wrong.
Next up, Electumite. This is my card I want banned. Now, not because I give a shit about pendulums. I don't care. Pendulums can fucking die. Who gives a shit? I just have a copy I want to sell. I'm greedy. Like, I will say it every list. I want it banned so I can sell the damn card. I will never play pendulums in my life. So, you know, let me sell the goddamn thing, please. And even, I just, you know, for people who do like pendulums, give them back Electrumite. It's not going to make a difference. It's fine in Master Duel. No one plays the deck anyway. I don't know. It's just, like, it was good when it came out. And it was good, you know, before it was banned. But now it's like, it's not going to make a difference at all. Okay, another one that is not going to make a damn difference, Dragon Rulers.
Yeah, I remember like amounts of times I kept saying Dragon Rulers are too crazy to come back. But I'm still in the mindset that I'm 50-50. I feel like Dragon Rulers still have a place. They can find a new home in Dragon Link if Lubellion's hit. So if anything's coming back, I say probably Tidal might be the next one to come back. If anything, just because the fact that we already had Tempest and Blaster came back to 1 there. If Dragon Rulers are going to get any change, either they're going to bring back Tidal to 1 or they are going to unlimit Blaster. I don't see any other way around it. Those are the only 2 things. The only reason I'm like leaning towards Tidal being limited rather than Blaster coming to 3 is the fact that Salamangreat and other decks can take advantage of Blaster then. But I don't really know. Dragon Lures are kind of a grey area. You don't really want to know how powerful this deck will be in today's current format. But also the fact that Dragon Lures are level 7, for the love of God, please make sure Fenrir is banned when Dragon Rulers come back.
Oh, imagine that. New tier 0 deck. It's Kashtira Dragon Rulers.
Oh, no.
Now, that would be awesome. Alright. Engage. Let's bring it to 3, boys.
Please. Please. I mean, I will be the first to admit. Sky Striker...
Best deck, let's go.
Is the best deck, let's go. Here's the thing, Sky Striker is one of these decks that can pretty much do anything. They have a negate card, they have a destruction card, they have a spell and trap destruction, they have a bunch of different sort of crap going for them. I think if you bring Engage to 3, it will be so much more better for the deck. Sky Striker suffered for a long time, bring it back to full power, and also release that OCG card, the new Sky Striker Link 2. It is very, very good. I want it in my deck right now. Thank you very much.
Alright, Spiral Master Plan. Now this is not necessarily one I want off the list, but it's one that I think might. Just because, you know, the power level of the game is... I feel like a modern day deck is about the equivalent power level as Spirals back in whenever it was meta. So I feel like they could do it and it wouldn't be like dominating, you know? It would just be another one of those really strong combo decks. However, I don't like Spiral. Spiral is fucking insane. I'm scared of this deck. If this deck comes back, I will not want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever again. But I do feel like, you know, they've been unbanning Spiral cards for the past few ban lists, and I feel like, you know, it could come back at 1, and then maybe the deck will see play again. I mean, it probably will, but, you know.
The fact that they just unbanned Quick Fix altogether makes me like have hope for Master Plan. Also because Master Plan itself isn't really like the big problem. It's pretty much just cards around it that enable it to do the stuff that it can do.
Next up, Thunder Dragon Colossus. Now, I feel like this card would not be abused as much as people think it would. I feel like it would find its home in a few decks, but that would be about it. You know, like, Droll is already so dominant in this format. This is just a Droll on legs. It's not that much better. And it would give Thunder Dragons, you know, a reason to play Thunder Dragon, you know? Thunder Dragon is such a cool deck. And, you know, it's playable in Master Duel, and it's nothing crazy there. It's good, but it's nothing, like, game-breaking. Bring it back to 1. And, you know, if it's a problem, just ban it again. But just, I feel like at 1, this is not that big of a problem. And if you really think it's going to be a problem, ban, like, the Nemesis Corridor, that little engine that can get it in, like, any deck. Just make it a Thunder Dragon card. It's cool, and it's, like, good, and it makes Thunder Dragons playable. Okay, speed round, let's go. Globe Bulb. It's about time.
Yeah, I think Globe Bulb can come back because he's pretty much the same stuff that Revolution Synchron is doing, so bring it to 1 wouldn't be as big an issue as I think people would think.
Simorgh. Barrier Statue's banned, so, like, all this can get out is, the only problematic cards this can get out is Apex Avian. And, you know, it's just an extra negate. That's all that is. Just bring it back. It makes, like, wind decks work, makes Tri-Brigades better, makes Harpies better. Bring it back. Chicken Game is fine in Master Duel. It's a very good card to draw 1. So, you know, some decks can, like, you know, maybe abuse it. But honestly, it's not that good. Like, a +1 sounds crazy, but, you know, in Master Duel it's not great. And Master Duel is a decent comparison, so no one's going to play it in TCG, really. Grass looks greener. Okay. I don't want this back. I'm just thinking that they might put it to 1. Because, you know, they did this with Snow. They unbanned Snow for like 1 format, and then they realized, oh shit, this is too strong, so they banned it again. I feel like they might do the same thing with Grass.
Yeah, they might. Not necessarily on this one, but I do see that happening too.
Dangers, I feel like they might put most of the dangers, like, you know, up a level. They might, like, put the limited ones to 2 or the semi-limits to 3. Because, you know, they're not as good as they used to be. They're great and all that, and they definitely find their home in certain decks, especially like Danger Terror Elements and Danger Dark World. But, you know, they're not as good as they used to be. I feel like a few extra copies wouldn't make that big of a deal. Pankratops could probably come to 3, maybe even 2, if Fenrir doesn't get hit. Because Fenrir has been, like, you know, apparently Konami says it's fine for the past, like, few formats, which Fenrir is a better Pank. So, you know, they might put Pank up a bit. I don't think it's that bad.
No, I think Fenrir is the better Pank, but Fenrir is a huge problem, so I don't really know. I feel like if I don't think they'll bring back Pank to more than 1. It is possible, but just seeing how much of an issue Fenrir is, I don't think they'll bring this. They'll do the same to Pank.
Bring Miscellaneousaurus to 3, no. Konami, please. It's fine, Master Duel.
Don't do that, please.
The new dinosaur support was so shit.
The only reason it's good in Master Duel is because Soul Eating Overwrappers are like 2.
No, it's at 3 now.
Oh, what the fuck?
The deck's not even good. Spellbook of Judgment. This got off the ban list. Everyone thought it was going to break the game, and I think like 2 people in the entire world played it. So, you know, they could come back to 3, no fucking problem. And finally, unban Heavy Storm.
Please, it would be so funny.
It can pop my Gear Town in my Ancient Gear deck. That's all I want. Alright, that's it for our predictions. Let us know what you think. You know, last time we made a prediction like this, the ban list came out within hours of our video coming out. So, you know, maybe if we time this right, it'll happen again. So yeah, hopefully we get some of these predictions right, because I feel like most of the stuff we want banned is what a lot of people want banned, and a lot of the stuff we want unlimited are a lot of the things that people want unlimited as well. So yeah, let us know what you want to see hit or unban in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching.